Yo, yo, yo. What's up? All right, hopefully we good. Is everyone good? Hit the like button. Let me know if you're good. Definitely hit the like button up. Yes, sir. Now, let's get into this because this is hot. Joe Budden, you have made the cardinal sin, but you have made the biggest mistake in podcast history. You never, ever do what you just did. I can't believe you did it. I'm sitting there like, what would make him do that? Like, he's sitting there with his business manager talking to the New York Times. Like, I'm like, okay, y'all do a Times interview and y'all like, all right, we big time. You're doing a New York Times piece, and in the New York Times piece, okay, I guess they confirming everything. You got a New York Times piece going on, right? And you doing an interview telling people how much money you make a year off of the Joe Budden podcast. Then telling everyone about how you're doing it, giving up your business motto. You never give up your business motto to the New York Times. That's just crazy. What makes it even worse is that we're sitting there and we're watching all of this materialize and go down. And as we're watching it and we're listening to what's happening, we're hearing all of this noise and this conflict. And we're like, what is going on here? And Joe is just going into detail till it got to everybody else, the co-hosts. Oh, Joe spends a little over 1.5 million for his co-hosts. There's like 6, 7, 8 people there, and they're all not getting paid the same. Somebody's getting $250, somebody getting a little less. And this is what leads to the tension. This is what's going to lead to people getting pissed off. And now people are going to come like vultures, like, that's all they getting paid? Oh man, I thought y'all would have made it more than that. You know you're the show. That's coming. And they gonna come in and they gonna swoop down and they gonna be looking at Rory and Maul and said, I bet you Rory and Maul ain't getting paid $250. And Joe is sitting there boasting, about making $20 million. And Ian is sitting there doing this interview like this is a wonderful thing. See, the general public is not going to see like how the money's divided. They're going to think Joe Budden is keeping $20 million and he paying everybody else only 1.5. That's what it's gonna look like. But they gotta pay staff. They got like 30 members. 30 people that work there. They all gotta get some of that money. Of that 20 million. And all the costs and everything else. So it's a lot of things that add up. But I tried to tell these people I was on Patreon before any of them. They didn't listen to me. And I was like, they doing it all wrong. I was like, build yourself up a following first, then get you a Patreon. Because if don't nobody know who you are, why would they come over there to your Patreon? They don't know you. Joe Budden is known. So I try to tell everybody, like, look, build yourself up a bit, then you get your Patreon, and then you could work over there. You could do one or the other. Use one to promote the other. Look, I've been on there a long time. I haven't made $20 million, but I was there before Joe came. Joe didn't come like everybody else. Joe came and did a deal. That was his kick. Joe's kick was, hey, I'm about to do this podcast deal. And once he did a podcast deal, everybody else was out. There was no more wiggle room for anybody else to even think about being around. Joe Budden clearly eliminated the competition easy. Now, what everybody else had to come to fruition to say? Nothing, because there's nothing they can say about it. They're all looking around, shaking their head, going, I don't know what we're going to do. Joe Budden just gave up his business model for free. Who does that? Nobody. Just people who are very arrogant and thinking that we can't lose. The Joe Budden podcast is one domino away from falling down anyway. It's basically a dead podcast. People are over there because they are paying guys to promote it on YouTube. They're paying this Danny guy every day. It's somebody's turning on somebody. Uh-oh, things got hot today. Danny from the Stop is reporting. Things really got hot on the Joe Budden podcast today. I'll be like, my goodness. Well, get your money, man. Get your money. That's all I can tell you. Get your money. Well, instead of some people using iHeart and everybody else, they actually are selling their own ad space. So they're creatively doing something just a tad bit different that adds a different element to the spectrum. Now, if you look at it and you put it on the big table, what you're going to come out with is a bunch of people that don't know what the hell they're doing. Those are the facts. Joe Budden is not a businessman. Ian is. Now, if they continue down this road, then things will get sticky. And that's just that, so everybody else is hired help. This is why you don't see everybody every day. Not everybody is a regular on the show. Some people are hired help. They're like a hired gun. They come in, they work for a little bit, and then they go. And you're like, well, what the hell? They were here, now they're not here. What the hell is this? This is called the agenda, the storyline, the way they want it to go, baby boy. Because, see, the way they see it and the way everybody else see it, it's clear. This is it, man. They don't share care or concern. Ish is a crybaby. All he doing is crying. All the damn time. Whining and crying. That's all you get from Ish. But this is why they got other jobs. You know, Ish still got his job, his 9 to 5. You know, he still got to do his job. And other people are going to be like, man, why I got to be the one without a job? Like, I want to be able to quit my job. But I can't. The schematics are never on your side. The schematics are saying you're all going down. The Joe Budden podcast is on a thin line. That the whole thing could fall down and Joe would have to restructure it. And that's what he really wants anyway. He don't want everybody there. He likes it the way it is. Part-time workers doing part-time shit. Now, when that falls, watch everybody disintegrate and disappear. Because that's all that's left. Everybody else is stuck in this conundrum. They don't know what the hell they want. You got 6 to 7 other people on one side. You got another 14 people on the other side. They don't know. There's too many people on the microphone. This happened before. Because Joe Budden podcast last time, this whole thing came about the second time around. I mean, when he had the other podcast shows and the other lady show that they had, and they all got canceled, and he had to shut it all down. Remember, he had the Joe Budden Network? You saw what happened with that, right? You saw what happened to the Joe Budden Network. It was a problem. The Joe Budden Network was a problem because Joe Budden couldn't help trying to flirt with the girls on the show, sexually harassing them. She didn't. Hey, she made her statement known. Joe apologized. There was no penalty for Joe. Joe Budden got a track record of putting hands on women going down the line. Nobody ever came in and grabbed Joe.
What's happening, man? I just want to say what's up to you, man. I'm watching stuff. I don't know how you getting all that good information. And I don't fact check some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, this dude really be on his thing.
I'll be on it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm Kenny, man, from the South Side, Jack.
All right,
Appreciate
I'm
you,
from the
bro.
South Side too.
Oh, yeah, where?
Oh, 98.
98?
University out there.
From the Robert Taylors, man, right across from Saul.
I was from 4101.
4101? Federal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know the history on that building, yeah.
Yeah.
So you from
Yeah, I went to Hardigan.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, man. Man, good to meet you in person. We never met, never crossed paths, but I fact-checked some stuff. I'm like, this dude, I don't know how you getting all that info, man.
Yeah.
I know you get around and you've been around some.
Oh, yeah.
Some people, you know what I'm saying, doing your thing and all that. But man, keep doing what you're doing, bro. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, Kenny.
I know you're gonna do something about Jamal, man. Malcolm.
Yeah, I did that yesterday, man. Yeah, man, that broke me down, man. Yeah.
All right, man. I'm gonna check that out, bro.
All right. See, I run into good people. You never know who you're gonna run into out here. And see, we all from the South Side. Everybody's South Side. See, my man Kenny done pulled up on us. Yeah, a lot of people don't know. I went straight to the hood. I went to the hood school. I went to the biggest hood in the hood, Robert Taylor Homes. I'm in the red building, 4101, with the Hardigan. They was, man, you from out there. Exactly. Southside. You see, real ones pull up to you. They research it. They don't see no, don't be lying. I be telling y'all like it is. Y'all just don't be knowing. The last video I did, everybody talking about that thumbnail. The blonde girl in that thumbnail, that's an NBA basketball player from OKC, a Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer. That's his side piece. Well, it used to be his side piece. Now, no, what Joe Budden is doing that's incorrect is the fact that he's running it in a way that's gonna cause an explosion. But the way he's done the contract is after what's his name left, and I called it right down the line. I said after Rory and Maul left, there's gonna be no one else, and I mean no one else out here that's gonna call this thing down the line. And I mean nobody. Nobody calling it down the line. Everybody getting screwed. Y'all finna be employees. And that Melissa Ford getting all the money, and I was like, no, she ain't. No, she not. No, she not. She one of them chicks that think she look good. And she supposed to get taken care of because she look good. She was hanging around Floyd. Floyd the one put that podcast together and put her on that show. He put her on that show with Jason Lee and had Hollywood Unlocked. Floyd was talking about doing that years ago with me. And was like, I'm gonna put together a show and then y'all can go and y'all can do y'all gonna be doing y'all thing up there. I was like, all right. But you know, Floyd said a whole bunch of stuff that don't come up, so you don't take it seriously. Then next thing you know, he put together Hollywood Unlocked. I was like, oh, okay. All right, Floyd doing, he actually did something. But at that time, I didn't really need it. I'm still doing YouTube, so I'm like, cool. So what Joe did, when they went and did that interview, him and Ian, for the New York Times. Now, everybody in the world is going to be talking about the salary of the Joe Budden podcast members. Why is Joe getting 20 million and they getting 1.5? Of course they're going to want raises. When their contract is up, they're going to want a better contract. They're not equity partners. See, Rory and Maul were equity partners. And because they were equity partners, that was the notion. They can determine, they get a piece of whatever the company is bringing in. Joe Budden just paying them out of the Patreon. They had a Cash App deal, but now they got this Patreon deal. So they like whatever's whatever. So now they getting a percentage of whatever is going forward. You see, Sino has multiple revenue streams connected with his YouTube, but I ain't gonna tell my business model to nobody. Not for free, and damn sure ain't to the New York Times. That's how you too cocky, too arrogant, too stupid. You don't think there's a problem until one arises. And now you're gonna have to pay one because everybody ain't paid the same. Queen's Flip, he's a hired gun. Flip will be there sometimes Flip won't. Flip got his own job. Everybody out there got a secondary job because they're going to need it. It ain't enough to go around. 200K. If I made 200K a year, man, they'd throw me out in the streets. See, they would throw me out dead smack in the streets. Okay, dumb God, I see you. Now ask yourself that question. Why they all out there like that? Nobody got time for anybody, right? But they always got time for the nonsense. Joe ain't doing nothing extra or special. Oh, don't forget to use the super chat too. I meant to say that the other day. Hey. Oh, no, walking. Nobody?
Yeah, so we're not allowed to barbecue today. We're all booked for today.
Okay.
So, yeah, sorry about that. If you want, you can come back tomorrow and check see if there's any other available barbecue.
Okay. All right, cool. Yo. So, yeah, they about to close. Yeah, I forgot with this phone, it ain't like my other phone. My other phone pick it up and it's, connect right away. No, I mean they finna be closed permanently as a business. That's what I mean. Look, the universe is a dismal place, buddy. They ain't got enough help. Now, for Joe, the contract is lovely. Now, since Rory and Maul ain't there, he got them to get out of the equity deal and didn't have to pay them no money, which he still owed them that money. He's loving it. Now he's like, thank you. I've gotten out of that deal. Now here's what I need to do. And the only thing I need to do is I got to figure out some wiggle room space. I got to figure out what I did wrong, how I did it wrong, and what I'm going to do to rectify it. Because it's over. Now, anybody come to the Joe Budden podcast, guess what? You're getting screwed. But I got this much money coming in. I got this money coming in. You're getting screwed. But what about this? I got this thing set up right here, man. It's going to be, you're getting screwed. No matter what you say, you're getting screwed. Whoa. Everybody who walked through that door now, you're getting screwed. There's no cherry rainbow at the end of the road. It's over. Those days are over. It's over. You are getting screwed. Ish, why you think he took Ish and Ash? These are two of his homeboys. He hit them with the, how would y'all like to make extra money working for the Joe Budden podcast? Like, for real. I'm talking about replacing Rory and Maul with y'all. They ungrateful. Y'all my day ones. They like, yeah, sure. All right. They thinking they finna get a big chunk of money. They finna get the re-up, and they don't. They get screwed. Now, they got to read about how Joe getting $20 million. Because that's how it's going to look like Joe got the $20 million. It don't all go to Joe. But Joe going to get the $20 million. Right? And they was like, well, where the rev shares are going on the licensing deal? Who's with Patreon and how does that work? And you don't get any of that information. Only Ian and Joe Budden will get that information. Everybody else, they get foobarred. Yeah, foobarred. And guess what else is gonna happen? You're gonna be kicked off the platform, and you're not gonna have what you call the end-all be-all of podcasts. Because if you think about it, it's about the show, right? The show ain't nothing. The show is trash. So if you know the show is trash, what are we even talking about right now? What are we even talking about right now? How many people listen to the Joe Budden podcast? Like, honestly, do you? I can't tell you the last time I listened to the Joe Budden podcast, to be honest. I'm being serious. So, you got a mm-hmm. Well, people will know when they get down to it, right? Somebody always trying to ice skate up here. Now, people love to chase, move around, and do a whole bunch of goofy doofy BS that don't amount to nothing. Don't amount to nothing. Bunch of silly BS that don't amount to nothing. Everybody wants to be a superstar. They want to be the have-not. But at the end of the day, Joe Budden is the one holding all the keys, all the money, everything going to Joe. You get nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. Joe Budden is the only one I know who could jerk off dogs, streak nude, hit women, sexual harass women, and get the cover in the New York Times. It's remarkable. It's almost amazing. This man literally caused a miscarriage. And made a song about it. Made a song about it. His own child. Went on the Breakfast Club talking about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, yeah, well, I'm not trying to get involved. So, for sure. Thank y'all for y'all time. Yeah, I think they're gonna want more money, and if they don't get it, he'll replace them, and he ain't gonna have no problem with doing that. But Joe's in full control, and ain't nothing they can do about it. They can cry, complain, but what else they gonna do? He's been replacing them right in their face, and they don't even know it. He bringing in Mark, Lamont Hill. He bringing in all these other people because y'all ain't moving the needle, and he need for new, fresh blood. So, anyway, I'm out. Deuces.